Millions of fans around the world are anxiously waiting the third Spider-Man movie starring Tom Holland, which will come out later this year. In addition to Tom Holland, the Marvel Multiverse spectacle is not only expected to feature 3 Spider-Man, but will also feature the return of all villains from the various Spider-Man franchises, including the main antagonists Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman, and Green Goblin. That being said, the movie also marks the end of the MCU film trilogy from the friendly neighborhood Spider. Tom Holland commented on this and other details of No Way Home in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. The 25-year-old stated that No Way Home will definitely be the end of the series. Besides, he's looking forward to the revival of the countless characters from the predecessors and shares that he found the shooting of what is expected to be his last MCU solo film very emotional. With Spider-Man No Way Home, Peter Parker will not only have to face a whole bunch of villains, he will also have to cope with the fact that the entire world knows his identity, being anything but well-disposed towards him. As a way out of this dilemma, he turns to his friend Doctor Strange. However, when the latter tries to fix the mess, things only worsen and the aforementioned multiverse is created. But not only regarding the story is there new knowledge, because as various reports suggest, we should finally get to see a new trailer this month. This piece of news comes from an extremely reliable insider who has often published reasonable speculations on Twitter under the name Spider Leaks. He argues with the fact that the Uncharted trailer was released this week, making Sony reluctant to promote 2 big movies in 1 week. You always have to take such rumors with a grain of salt, of course, but given the circumstances, we are pretty optimistic that the next week will indeed mark the release of the second trailer. Spider-Man No Way Home is scheduled for release on December 17th, 2021. One might have thought that the time of large-scale film postponements had slowly but surely come to an end. Unfortunately, this is not the case because now Disney is postponing a whole bunch of new movies. Among others, the MCU blockbusters Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Black Panther Wakanda Forever are affected. While the former will now be released on May 6, 2022 instead of March, fans of Black Panther will have to wait an additional 2 months until November 11th. Fans of Indiana Jones 5 will suffer considerably more, however. The sequel starring Harrison Ford will no longer be released in the summer of 2022, but on June 30th, 2023. That's nearly a whole year later than last planned. Other new releases are Thor Love and Thunder on July 8, 2022, The Marvels on February 17, 2023, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania on July 28, 2023. Disney cites various production delays as the reason. Of course, this primarily affects the Marvel films, which are known to be linked and build on each other. It has been 21 years since one of the greatest science fiction movies ever made its theatrical debut. Of course, we are referring to the Matrix franchise, which has had a tremendous impact not only on cinema audiences, but also on pop culture in general. Later this year, the 4th installment titled The Matrix Resurrections is scheduled to be released, and now that a teaser and a trailer have already been published, there is more information regarding the plot. Much to the joy of many fans, the movie will completely disregard the 2 sequels to the original and will take place directly after Part 1, as can be gathered from a statement by Warner Brothers on their website. In addition, we can expect a new and, above all, much more powerful Matrix than in the first movie. The official description states that Thomas Anderson will once again have to follow the White Rabbit. The Matrix is described as being stronger, safer, and more dangerous than ever before. This sounds exciting and is anything but surprising, since the Matrix must have learned from the events of the first part and is therefore even more difficult to defeat. We're looking forward to The Matrix Resurrections, which is expected to hit theaters on December 22, 2021. What do you think about the latest news? Are you content with the fact that it picks up directly after the first part, or would you have liked to see more coverage on the events from The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions? Let us know in the comments. The John Wick series is probably one of the most popular action franchises of all time. Although John Wick Chapter 3 will be followed by the 4th part of the movies next year, a prequel is also in production apart from the main series. More precisely, the project is a 3-part miniseries called The Continental, Continental. The plot is set around 40 years before the first John Wick part and focuses on the early life of the later Continental leader Winston Scott. Due to his age, 79-year-old Ian McShane will obviously not be playing the young Winston. Instead, 29-year-old The Purge actor Colin Woodle has been cast. The plot revolves around the infamous Continental Hotel which the young Winston wants to take over in the 1970s. Alongside Woodle, we will also be introduced to Hollywood star Mel Gibson in the role of mob boss Cormac. Needless to say, we cannot expect Keanu Reeves to make an appearance, considering that his story from the film series takes place a few decades later. The series will be released in 3 90-minute episodes and is scheduled for release as early as next year. Last Saturday, the DC fandom took place one more time. Like last year, the digital event was able to impress with some brand new trailers, as well as news about the upcoming DC blockbusters. One of the highlights besides the big titles like The Batman or Black Adam was the Batgirl series. Fans were unfortunately not treated to a trailer, but there were details about the story and a first glimpse of the superheroine outfit. The concept art shows the female protagonist standing on a kind of gargoyle in a glooming Gotham City setting. Additionally, Christina Hodson chatted a bit about the story of Batgirl. According to her, the lead character, whose real name is Barbara Gordon, will become Batgirl only in the course of the series, and as a result, she'll be exploring the duality between the normal Barbara and her alter ego Batgirl. The team behind the series is definitely confident and also a little excited, as the two Belgian directors Adel El Arbi and Bilal Fallah reiterated during the panel. The two had most recently directed Bad Boys for Life. We are eager to see the final result, but unfortunately, there's still no information about the release date. After Tenet, star director Christopher Nolan is already in the process of filming his next masterpiece. The blockbuster is to be called Oppenheimer and recounts the story of the atomic bomb. At the very center of the event is the eponymous US physicist Robert Oppenheimer, who was entrusted with the management of the infamous Manhattan Project during the Second World War and is thereby considered the father of the atomic bomb. This is an extremely gripping topic that Nolan would like to cover in his upcoming film. As of a few days ago, the two main actors have also been confirmed, because while the signing of Cillian Murphy as Robert Oppenheimer has been known for some time, the cast of the female lead has only recently been announced. The person in question is of course very familiar to every moviegoer, as her name is Emily Blunt. The 28-year-old recently thrilled millions of fans in Disney's Jungle Cruise and became world famous thanks to the two A Quiet Place films at the very latest. In Oppenheimer, she plays the protagonist's wife, who certainly had a great influence on her husband's success. In terms of content, the movie is based on the book American Prometheus, The Triumph and Tragedy of J. Robert Oppenheimer, which focuses not only on the work on the atomic bomb, but also on Oppenheimer's private life. Shooting will start at the beginning of next year, with the film expected to release on July 21st, 2023. One of the highlights this week was definitely the first Uncharted trailer. Do not hesitate to watch the first scenes of the video game adaptation in best quality on our channel. Further, do not forget to keep your eyes peeled next week, because there's a good chance that we will be able to present the brand new trailer for Spider-Man: No Way Home.